Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone else in that technicolor rainbow in between that we call life. My name is Doug. This is Drink and Think Trivia. Welcome to Thursday night. I hope you all are having a great time. I am obviously sans Lucas tonight. Well, not tonight, I should say. For right now. He had to go pick up his dog. Unfortunately, the groomers took a little too long, so you get to see that little, choose activity thing in the bottom. I wish I could close that out, but I can't. It's fine. Whatever. For those of you who have never joined us before, welcome to Drink and Think Trivia. We play every Thursday, 7 o'clock. We have 48 questions for you, 6 rounds, 8 questions apiece, that we just kind of mess around here, there, and the other. Normally I have Lucas to play off of. This is so weird, and I do not like this. What do I do with my hands? So tonight we have, like I said, several different kinds of questions. We have everything from current events to phobias, Nickelodeon or Disney, taste of our theme night next week, elements, which are pretty much how you spell them out, and what decade is that? So, yeah, Kenny, yeah. Cheers. Before we get started, there are always some rules to follow in any game you kind of play. With this game, there is 3 rules. Rule number 1, don't be a dick. It's pretty easy. You know, it's kind of like the basis of every religion that's ever existed ever. You ever heard of the golden rule? Do unto those is that you do unto you, or whatever. Well, just, don't be a dick. Oh, hold on. I forgot that Lucas put these in too. Don't be a dick. Rule number 2, because Lucas and I are so hard-headed and we can't figure out rule number 1 sometimes, rule number 2 is also don't be a dick. And like I said before, we welcome everybody here. We don't care your race, religion, creed, orientation, or anything like that, unless you're a child molester or a rapist. We don't care who you are, which brings us to rule number 3. Oh, no, not rule number 3, too. That's bad. Rule number 3. So you do you, boo-boo. As long as you're happy, as long as you're healthy, as long as you are doing what makes you happy, we do not care what you do, as long as you're not dicks to each other. You can be dicks to us, we'll be dicks to you. That's why we make the no money, but in general, this is what we do. Those are the rules. For those of you who haven't played with us before, who want to play with us, if you look in the right corner, that side, there is a QR code you can scan with your phone. That brings you to the TrivNow app. Or you can play on play.trivnow.com/search, and that search is P6ET. Let's see if I can figure this. Panda 6 Echo Tango. I forget what P is in the phonetic alphabet, but that is what your search is. So that covers the basics. I went too fast. I'm sorry. Normally I have Lucas here to slow me down and riff off of each other, but he's not here right now, so yeah, it kind of sucks. I wish he was here. I miss my Lucas. But yeah, with that, let's get into what we're drinking, because obviously we're at Drink and Think Trivia, which means everyone starts drinking and then we do some thinking. But first, for me, I'm drinking Coors Light. I am still drinking the Coors Light from my bachelor party that was about a month ago, because there was a crap ton of it. I do have Mike's Hard Kiwi Strawberry Lemonade, which will be for the 50-50 round later. We'll get into those rules. I mean, obviously, for those of you who have played with us before, you know how that works out. But that's the easy part. What are you all drinking? I saw PS4 Gamer earlier. You were saying you were drinking Clear Nights with Aslan West Coast IPA. Great beer. It's an okay beer. It's one of the IPAs I can stand. I am very biased. I am not a big IPA person, so there is something to be said about that. Take what I say with a grain of salt. Oh, hey, look, and Kenny is coming in with strawberry, kiwi, Vizzy, which is a seltzer. Close to the Mike's Hard Lemonade, kiwi lemonade, or kiwi strawberry, strawberry kiwi, whatever it is. Yeah, that I've got as well. So like I said, the other rule with Don't Be a Dick is don't cheat. So as we go through tonight, answer your questions before you like navigate away from your app or from your browser or whatever it is. Pick your question, pick your answer, hit submit, and then go do whatever you want. If you really can't stay off Facebook for 60 seconds to answer your question, then you might have a problem, then you might need to go see somebody. I'm not taking new clients right now, sorry. But I wish Lucas was here to celebrate, but this is also the last trivia I'm ever going to do single. I'm getting married in 2 days. I'm getting married on Saturday to my beautiful fiance, Allie. You've probably seen her plenty of times in the background as she comes in and starts waving. Joe Titus, but with the PB whiskey. Wait, is it Screwball or is it just PB whiskey? Because Screwball is a delicious peanut butter whiskey. But yeah, I'm getting married on Saturday. It's gonna be a great time. I will let all of you know I pitched streaming my wedding on Twitch so you could all be a part of it, but unfortunately that got shot down by people who are such killjoys. And by killjoys, I mean my fiance. But no, I thought she was saying something in the background. Sorry. Ooh, it is Screwball. Screwball is the best. So at my sperm donors rehearsal dinner, they did a cash bar, not cash bar, a prepaid bar, and we went through something like 4 bottles of Screwball between 6 people in the course of like an hour and a half. It was great. It was also like a $2,000 limit, and we hit that in an hour or two, so it was fantastic. But we got the drinking out of the way. Well, not out of the way. We're going to be doing that throughout the night. I've told you about questions. I've told you about answers, all that good stuff. Announcements. Next week is our theme night. We are doing wrestling. That'd be WWE, AEW, ECW, WCW, all the wrestling entertainment, the history, the current day stuff, all that stuff. There's actually a round tonight that's on. It's going to give you a taste of what you can expect next week. I am not guaranteeing those questions will be part of next week's trivia, but next week's trivia is on wrestling. So just make sure that if you want to join, you get there. The other part too is that there are more prizes on our theme nights. Normally we only give prizes to first place, but we will give prizes out more than that when it comes to our theme night. But with that, let's jump into it. Like I said, Trib now is ready to answer. Please don't answer in the chat. But here we go. Actually, let me open. I need to open mine real quick. Because I want to make it look like we have a bunch of people watching, which we really don't. Live. There we go. Cool. It's my 12-month anniversary of watching Drink and Think. Interesting. So, question number 1. Let's jump into it. What day is it? Thursday. What does that mean? Current events. So, speaking of current events, 180 years ago, Charles Dickens wrote A Christmas Carol. And on the 180th anniversary, the descendants of what character and Charles Dickens met up? So, Charles Dickens named one of his characters after an actual person, and the descendant of that person and the descendant of Charles Dickens himself met up. Who was that character, though, that the descendant met with? We have 4, and we got. My answers are Tiny Tim, Jacob Marley, Bob Cratchit, and Ebenezer Scrooge. Also, I don't know which bungholes are which, so I'm definitely going to ask you guys later if any of you get the bonus points and whatnot. So we're missing cheddar and sour. Oh, so the bunghole names are all chip flavors. We got Flaming Hot Bunghole, Funyuns Bunghole, Flavored Rings, Sour Cream and Bunghole. No one who hasn't answered yet was cheddar and sour cream, or cheddar and sour bunghole, which I would never want a sour bunghole. That sounds weird. Is that when you put like a? Never mind. I'm gonna stay away from that. Cheddar and sour bunghole. Chips and dip today. How is Flaming Hot and Funyuns chips and dip? That's just a chip. Or fried air in the case of Funyuns, with onion flavoring. Lucas has said that package is acquired. He's back on his way, so we will see him shortly. All right, I'm gonna assume that's about it. Oh, last second. The answer is Jacob Marley. So Charles Dickens named one of his characters after a real-life friend named Jacob Marley, a descendant of Jacob Marley, the actual one, and a descendant of Charles Dickens met up on the 180th anniversary of the release of Christmas Carol. Next up, scientists have been able to use CRISPR to edit genes in mice, effectively curing what? In mice, not in people yet. We'll find out. For those of you who don't know, CRISPR is the gene editing program that they mapped out the human genome, and CRISPR is what's going to be able to edit genes as needed for whatever everyone is panicking about, to have what are they called? Designer babies. You can pick their eye color, you can pick their everything. But the answer is blindness. They have been able to cure blindness in mice. Congenital blindness, not acquired blindness, I should say. Acquired being like, hey, you got hit in the head a little too hard and I can't see. Congenital being like you have a defect of some kind. Only one person got that right. In the most grandma thing ever, a 93-year-old woman made a 6-foot recreation of Buckingham Palace out of what textile? Also, I've really screwed up tonight. There's also 2 other games we are playing. If, at any point, you see a misspelling in our questions or in our answers, if you put exclamation point grammar, Grammar, it will add a count. If we get past a certain number, it is, well, we drink for every grammar that gets called out. But if it is, if we get past a certain number, we'll get punished by some point. Also, if at any point we're talking, I keep talking like Lucas is here. He's going to be here in a second. But at any point, Lucas and I are talking and we give away a free answer and you put exclamation point free in chat, that gives another thing. That gives us more to drink or whatnot. So, oh, also, I forgot something. There we go. Forgot about you. Revenge. Unlike in the law, I am allowed to retaliate. I have an infinite number of points. Y'all allowed to come for me all you want. But the answer is wool. A full textile wool recreation of a 6-foot Buckingham Palace to scale. Well, to 6-foot scale, I guess I should say. Number 4. Scientists discovered a process that was used 6,000 years ago in making cheese that helped circumvent what? So they found something in a so they made this process up that could circumvent one of these things to make cheese viable. And none of you got it right. The answer is to get around lactose intolerance. And for those of you who are about to say, well, milk allergies are the same as lactose intolerance. They are not, actually. Lactose intolerance is that you can have it and it causes you extreme discomfort. And allergy is something that activates anaphylaxis. So, number 5, current events. There is a specific shark indigenous to Indonesia that is being threatened with extinction, except that 12 aquariums have banded together to reintroduce 500 captive bred released what kind of sharks? So captive bred released of that kind means that the original parents were captured, they were bred in captivity and then released. So these babies never knew captivity. They were released right back out as soon as they were born. They just wanted to create the ideal environment for these sharks to breed. And the answer being the zebra shark. Cheers to Kenny. Oh, what's the grammar? Before it? Well, I need a drink for Kenny. How did I spell? Hold on. Did I spell aquariums wrong? I'm gonna be really upset. I used an A instead of U. You are correct. All right, so add it to the count. We're up to 21 for this month. I think OBS.
Son of a bitch.
OBS.
Yeah, I recorded a video for YouTube and apparently
21.
Man.
Lucas. You have your OBS sign.
No, did you not hear what I said? I recorded a video.
Also, I can't
for
hear
YouTube.
you for
There it is. So see, you can't hear me.
Discord is not doing its thing. Hold on.
Maybe it's you. I hope it's you. Let's see here. Voice and video.
Okay, so you guys hear Lucas. I can't hear Lucas, which means
It wasn't me. It was him. Active question on my own. How far did I miss? 5. Jesus Christ, he's in a hurry tonight, isn't he? All right, let's adjust that camera. It sets a lot lower when I race to catch my steering wheel.
Yep, got it.
Hello. Good job. Yeah, I was explaining that I had unplugged my camera to record a race the other day, or I transfer it to an external hard drive, so I have to unplug my camera.
Yep, it worked.
Dramatic entrance ruined.
Yep.
Oh well, we're here now. How'd you get 5 questions done already?
Because I don't have you to riff off the whole time.
That's a fair point. All I'm here for is my riff-tasticalness.
We started that all. I started the whole intro where I was just like, go, 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 because you weren't there to like slow me down and do the whole intro and whatnot.
Everything's done. Done. Next.
This is why you guys see that like Lucas is the other half of me. Is I need him here. If he's not here, things go wrong.
I am the yin to his yang, and he is the yang to my zang. I don't know where I'm going with this. There's a proverb there.
Also, you don't have to drink for it, but I already screwed up one. Aquariums instead of aquariums. So we added one. We got 21 for decounts.
For decounts. Oh, in fairness, I wrote the last round. So, but seeing as how we are a team, and I got a big joke today.
Yeah.
It's very big. Because gas stations don't carry smaller ones.
I have Mike's hard lemonade kiwi strawberry this time instead of grape.
Oh, would you like to know what I got
or
for
black
that?
cherry or whatever it is? Oh, please don't be. Oh, I'm upset. I want that.
I got Long Island iced tea. Now I did look at the Four Locos and I thought I have to drive tomorrow.
What? Hey, Lucas, where are you driving to?
I am going to Sterling, Virginia, to see my in-laws.
And then what are you doing?
Probably going to an event where I'm not allowed to watch things, but I am going to watch the Virginia Tech women play basketball in my lap.
Yeah,
that's right. That event is your wedding. That's what we're doing. I forgot.
I'm just gonna like walk past you, be like, "What's up?" And you just like, you don't have to like whisper the score in my ear as I walk
25 to 10. We're doing good. Oh, God, I cut my fingernails for your dumb wedding and shaved and have a suit pack. This thing was impossible to open.
That's why I'm going to go get my hair cut tomorrow.
All right. God, they weren't kidding when they said down home punch. Before we go on to question 6, cowboy boots or dress shoes?
Your pick.
Okay. I figured as much, but I have the option of both.
If it's cowboy boots, black.
They are black. My cowboy boots are black with silver, but I also have like dark gray dress shoes that match the blue suits.
They've got silver on them, then cowboy boots. There you go. I demand it.
All right, fair enough. Cowboy boots it shall be. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Current Events. It's good to see you all. Sorry I'm late. The pupper had to be cleaned to go see my in-laws at Doug's wedding because he was disgusting. And even though the groomer closed at 6, the dog wasn't ready till 6:45 because reasons. Anywho, what I was going to write my whole round on, but decided not to, which was actually probably a good idea. The U.S. national baseball team played the Cuban national team. This game was an excuse for a bullpen catcher to do what? Doug,
Yep.
bonus points for you. Who won? Who won the
The U.S. did 15-6, I think.
Yeah, this game, but who won the World Classic,
Oh, the World Classic.
which is this tournament?
It's
Not that hard.
The name's on the tip of my
You're
tongue.
thinking about it too hard.
I am.
You're
It's the
thinking about it way
US.
too hard. It's
the
definitely
US.
not right.
It's the U.S.
Nah, the U.S. lost in the final to Shohei Ohtani
Oh, Japan.
and the Japanese.
That's right.
There you go, ass my balls. Bravo.
That's-
One of the
that's-
highest rated sporting events in recent history. People loved it.
That's where I screwed up because I was thinking Shohei Ohtani had an incredible game. Holy crap!
You
And-
couldn't
and-
have drawn it up any better, though, for how it ended.
Right? No. That it was a fantastic game, but I kept thinking Shohei Ohtani as MLB, not as Japanese
Yeah, as an
national
Angel.
team.
As an Anaheim Angel and
Right,
the Japanese
so-
national team.
So I was like, yeah, shit. Like, I mean, he was not the MVP of that game. Let's be real, but he had a stellar lights out game.
It was just so cool because you dream of like that ninth inning thing. So Japan leads 3-2. Ohtani, who is an excellent hitter in his own right, is pitching versus Mike Trout, who is arguably the best baseball player of our era, if not arguably one of the better baseball players of the last 30 or 40 years. Trout's unreal. And you have a straight up 3-2 count with Trout swinging for the fences and Ohtani strikes him out. It was beautiful.
Oh, that swing too. You could see it on his face as soon as he
Ooh.
finished. His face just went no.
Cut right under it. It was
Yeah.
cool because Ohtani was throwing 100-mile-an-hour fastballs and he threw a 86-mile-an-hour slider to the outside. And it was just it was baseball at its best.
Oh, you know, as soon as his bat hit the quarter way point, he was like, nope. Dang it. But
So the cool part about this, the U.S. national baseball team played Cuba. The game was an excuse for the catcher to defect to the U.S.
so it was played. It was
Nailed it.
played in Miami, and so I just recently read up. So the game was played in Miami. After the game, the teams go off and do their like interviews for whatever, and the bullpen catcher after the game was over left the bullpen. And instead of going to the interviews and whatnot, found the closest like official he could, like cop or whatever, and was like, "I want to
Please.
defect. I want to defect to the U.S." And they had to put him in custody because every defection has to be like processed and whatnot. And yeah, it's fine.
That's awesome. Oh, I see Dan Harmon.
Yep. So it can only actually you take the rest of the round because I had the beginning of this round.
What can only be assumed to be because Google is a bunch of nerds that probably play D&D. What is the name of the AI that they released to compete with other chatbots? Okay. Okay, Google. So, did you know the little dinosaur on Google when you get like their 404 page when it goes down? Did you know that's a mini game?
Yeah. You push
I
up
did
and
not.
it jumps and it's
I've never done anything, never known that, and I watch Code Bullet now on YouTube, which is an
yeah.
Australian coder.
Yep. Yeah, he's done what Tetris, Snake,
Yep.
Planes, a bunch of other stuff. But yeah.
He did his newest one was the OG
Yeah,
Donkey Kong,
Kong,
which was really cool.
But he only did the first level, which is kind of sad. But in his
Yeah.
explanation was I couldn't figure out how to do conveyor belts.
Yep. Conveyor belts are too hard, man. Too many things moving.
Well,
But it was funny because I watched it
considering
today where he did the Google dinosaur.
Oh
so.
yeah. Well, what is it? Mark Roble.
Oh, Mark Robles channel is good.
He did one for that as well, but he did with a light sensor where he put a light sensor up to the screen and a Lego like push button essentially. So if a cactus went across, it would push the like jump button. And then he had to like figure out how to do the pterodactyls you're supposed to duck under, but he figured it out and he got up to like 10,000 points, 50,000 points, something ridiculous.
Nuts. I tried very hard to just turn on my hockey game, and the TV keeps fighting me. The correct answer is they called it the Bard, obviously. It's the only way to compete with other chatbots is to outperform them.
No.
And last but not least, soccer, aka football, fans in England were stranded on a train for a while. Their discussion to make the wait more bearable was to order a delivery of what to the train?
You don't read that.
So,
after,
while
after,
watching-
you don't read that after the apostrophe or comma.
Their decision to make the wait
There we
more
go.
bearable was to order. Did I say less bearable?
You said discussion.
Whatever. They had discussion on the train, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So me and
Nah.
Kim are catching up on Ted Lasso finally,
Yep.
and we're up to date. And I don't think it was actually in Ted Lasso. I think it was another thing we were watching. Oh, it was. It was that guy on TikTok who does reviews of weird, like the way animals shouldn't look, or things he doesn't like in grammar. If you saw the guy, you'd know him. But anyway, originally, yes.
I'm giving it to Funyuns and Ask My Balls.
Okay. Originally, soccer was called soccer in England as well.
Really?
Yeah. So at Cambridge, when they invented it, they called it soccer and then changed it to football later. If you go look it up, the game was originally called soccer. Therefore, we've been doing it right the whole time.
I mean, we're
Correct answer here.
we're Americans. We do it right every time.
Correct answer here that most people got was alcohol, and in the particular, beer.
But
Beer was the easiest.
I've seen this story a couple times where, like, someone orders like DoorDash or whatever at one stop and says delivered to another stop. No, they ordered beer for everyone in the car, and it took them like within 2 stops.
Good lord.
So it was a big delay, and they got it with something like 60 seconds or 50 seconds to spare. So they got all the beer, like the delivery guy showed up at the station, got all the beer on the train on the one car, and then the train took off to go to the game.
That's awesome.
All right, you want to start this one as well, just so we can get back into our. I'm not used to reading the start.
Straight into normal rounds, we shoot to the next column. Apparently, you're disturbing the parents, which is phobias. We've done this round before. We give you a scientific name of a fear. You tell us what the fear is. Let's start off easy with arachnophobia.
Every answer is going to be fear of blank.
Fear of blank. Gotcha. Yeah, so linguistically creative students at the University of Oxford in the 1880s distinguished between rugby and football by calling rugby football rugger and association football a soccer that later got shortened to soccer.
So I'm going to say this. I'm going to give you all correct answers this time, but moving forward, all of your answers have to be fear of blank.
So Doug wants to play by Jeopardy rules, basically forcing you to say what is. It needs to be fear of, and then the thing. Easy peasy.
That's 6 of 6.
Or-
We've been getting 7
yeah,
of 6.
Elaine.
We're missing. Elaine
Elaine
and John. Elaine and John, welcome to the game.
Sour cream bunk Funyuns. Okay, so they're all types of chips.
Yep.
Nice. Last answer.
Yeah.
And it is the fear of spiders. So next time you will be expected to have fear of in front of your answer. Good luck.
Yes. So just type out fear of and then put your answer. So you might have this if you are an extrovert. Autophobia. I have told you it's not cars. If you're afraid of cars as an extrovert, I don't know how you're getting around, but autophobia.
Yeah. I have no fear.
Ask
I am
my
no
balls
fear.
coming in quick with the answer.
That was nice. Look at that. I don't know these things. Good for y'all.
I will tell you,
Finally
most
a
of these
hot
are
one.
in alphabetical order because Doug just looked up scientific names for
about to say-
phobias.
Doug started at the top of the list and worked his way down.
I'm gonna ask for clarification on Scrappy and Tiny.
Yeah, that's not quite what I would think. So clarification.
If that thing happened, what would you be? I'm gonna say that Scrappy and Tiny. If that thing happens to you, you are then what?
We await. Although I do like Fear of Robots in Disguise.
Yep.
A new personal favorite answer. But not correct.
Starscream, tell them about my rights.
After you said that last week, I went back to try to find that clip and instead found a YouTube compilation of every time that Megatron.
No.
Mm.
The answer is the fear of being alone. If you are abandoned, you are alone. So.
But yeah, it was just a compilation of Megatron just like ripping Starscream. That's all it was. Just how yeah, it's bad. You definitely wouldn't have this one as a hypochondriac. Latrophobia.
I think it's iatrophobia.
I like the hint. Yeah, sure. Whatever Doug said. Iatrophobia? Is that an I? I'm probably is an I. I'd really like to score
it's iatrophobia.
Iatrophobia. I might have actually gotten this one because of the clue.
Triv now has changed their graphic. In the bottom right. In the bottom right of our
I have
stream.
to enlarge. Oh, in the bottom right of our stream. Oh, they have, haven't they? How about that?
That's cool.
That's neat.
It's animated now.
Yes. And last but certainly not least is in. The correct answer here is.
I'm gonna give it to Flaming Hot.
Yeah, Flaming's right. I mean, it's the same idea.
Yeah.
Also, you've been grammared. What have we grammared? Ask my balls.
What have we been grammared?
No, that's right. Exit. We wait. Oh, wait. It's.
Oh, I didn't put the H.
Correct.
All right.
You are correct. Iatrophobia is the fear of doctors, and we did give credit for of going to doctors. Basically, the same. So if you're a hypochondriac who, as I recall, thinks they're constantly sick, you obviously wouldn't have the fear of going to the doctor because you think you're always sick.
Number 12. It's just pressed pulp. Why suffer from papyrophobia? This should be a gimme. Just saying.
I know what I would have wrote based on the clue. I'll let you know in a minute. Ask my balls coming in quick, but did not follow the rules.
Ooh, no. Take the There's one rule. Well, I mean, there's 4 rules now, but
well, there's one rule to this round, exclusive of the 3 rules we normally provide.
Right.
Which is you must write the fear of in front of your answer.
I will request clarification for half points.
You're going to allow them to have a half a point. I appreciate that. Their speed was unrivaled.
And for that, there we go.
Half a point. See, I like Elaine and John's answer because that's what I would have thought of.
Yeah, nope, I get it.
I absolutely would have wrote fear of orange juice.
fear of
because pulp. You wrote pulp, and pulp in my head is just orange juice.
No. People who enjoy pulp in their orange juice are monsters.
I am a monster. Anyway, what's the correct answer here?
That'd be the fear of paper.
Which makes sense. I just always forget about that in paper. See, Kenny gets it. Job, Joe Titus. I don't need to chew my
juice. Thank you, Lainey. Thank you. Yes.
Whatever, bro.
If someone offers me orange juice, they're not asking me for orange juice with the side of chewing pulp. They're asking me to drink juice.
Mama Fafro agrees.
When you drink grape juice, do you have little chunks of skin in it?
I didn't ask for extra thick pulp. Just a little pulp doesn't bother me. I just don't care that much. Anyway.
No pulp.
I think every kid suffers from this one. This is scolionophobia? Scolionophobia. We're going with that. High pulp Kenny.
Kenny is a monster.
Kenny. You know what? We'll be monsters, and you all just what the thicker the better. Yeah, that's what she said, Ben.
Wait, can
I'm done.
can I exclamation point Grandma Ben? That said the
ticker?
ticker, the better. Take your drink.
Ticker? I barely know her.
Come on, Eileen.
I'm good. I'm sorry. Yeah, so that ranked as the radio quiz that I listen to every morning. That ranked as the 22 most popular karaoke song, which I was surprised it's that low.
You know what show I really miss not being down in Blacksburg anymore? The John Boy and Billy Big Show.
Oh, John Boy and Billy? Yeah, John Boy and Billy's on here. Once you've listened to John Boy and Billy for the first 20 years of 18 years of your life, it's about the same show all the time.
Well, it is, but like I only had it for a couple years, and not every day.
Yeah.
But it was also like
That's different for you. Me and my dad always listened to it when we worked together. So,
but it was always the morning cut of the classic rock station, which, like, so whenever I was going to work, I would catch the tail end of the John Boy show into the classic rock. Like, what is it, 90 minutes?
I mean, which makes sense. Yeah. The 90 minutes of uninterrupted rock.
Yeah. Which was always really good. But every time I listened to them, I enjoyed them because they were just. It was that and it was the Nikki Sixx show. I forget what it was called.
Yeah, I remember the Nikki Sixx show.
I forget what they call it. Yeah, but it was Nikki Sixx and his daughter and two other people. Anyway, what's the answer?
Well, the correct answer here is the fear of school. And I gave credit to the fear of going to school. Close enough.
I think we're going to need a bigger boat. Thalassophobia.
I also know what I would have went with here.
Also, if you want to develop this fear, go on Reddit, go to r thalassophobia.
It doesn't bother me. Kim has this.
I don't have this, I would say. Unless it's like...
Ask My Pause gets credit. And ask for clarification from Flaming Hot Bunghole.
Yeah.
I think they could do that. Fear of my bad. Doesn't matter, you got it wrong, Ben. So, anyway.
All right. I'll be right back. 2 seconds.
Because I agree with Ben. There you go. Good job, Flaming Hot Bunghole. But yeah, no, Ben, that's exactly where my mind went. This is what I would have jumped to give my answer immediately because of the quote. And it appears multiple people agree with us. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the TikToks that we've watched of this... Wayne and John, I'm going to ask for clarification just because it's more specific. So you're there, but not quite specific enough. And then we await Cheddar and Sour Bunghole, who comes in with, there we go. Both of you got that. Good correction. I like Cheddar and Sour Bunghole coming in with literally every one of them. Why this is a fear of water in particular, which I think would be aquaphobia. This is the fear of the ocean or the fear of the sea. And most of the Reddit that he was talking about and the TikToks I've seen are these giant pictures of open water that have giant sea monsters in them and stuff like that. But yeah, fear of the ocean. On to the next one. The neckbeards definitely have this one. This is Venustrophobia. Venustrophobia. Or however you pronounce that. Because he's gone. And now you're left to deal with my grammar.
I'm here.
Hello. Elaine and John got the correction after typing in fear of water. And Cheddar and Sour Bunghole just decided to cover all their bases and went fear of the water, ocean, and sea. It slashes, and I can't count that wrong. But fear of water would definitely be aquaphobia, right?
Fear of water just be aquaphobia, yeah.
Okay. I thought I was right about that.
I mean, technically correct is still the best kind of correct.
Fear of shaving. I like that one. I also like Sour Cream Bunghole's answer quite a bit. I do like the etymology of this word and what it relates to. It's actually really neat.
Sure.
And I use that big word. I watched Jeopardy last night. No, that would be West Virginia phobia. Actually, yeah. Redeemed for Keeney and Dan. So we have Triv now as a team that we currently await their answer. Just Triv. We'll see how long we wait for them to lock in their answer. Dehydrates have been handed out.
But we need to change them to all be either dehydrate or person dehydrate because they're all over the place.
Yeah, they need to be organized. Anyway, Triv not like again. We're gonna rock and roll with this. This is the fear of beautiful women, or the fear. I would have accepted the fear of women.
So just to screw with everyone, hippopotamonstro sesquipedaliophobia. Hippopotamonstro sesquipedaliophobia.
Wow.
It's almost like
You mean
pneumonitis,
bunghole.
traumatic silica, volcanoconiosis.
Isn't this the
Is this no?
It wasn't a
is.
wager.
It is. It wasn't
It
a
is.
wager
Oh,
though
well.
because they were all free answer.
They were all free answer. That's fair, I guess. This is the fear of the famous movie Mary Poppins. Getting a phone call from my mother. Make sure everyone is okay.
Tell her I love her.
I will.
All right, Triv, we are waiting for your answer. Everyone else is in. Nine more seconds. Triv, make sure you hit that submit button. If you're watching, if you're playing, we need you here. Hello? Is it me you're looking for?
I can see it in your eyes. I can feel it in your smile. You're all I ever wanted, and my arms are open wide. Okay.
Well, I guess Triv ain't
Can't
playing
do
right now.
this.
But the answer is fear of long words, because apparently
This
the people
is
who
fear of
made this just really wanted to fuck with people.
That seems fair to me.
With that, let's go to our scoreboard. In first place, Ask My Balls, 32.221. Fleming Hot Bunghole, 23.637. Cheddar and Sour Bunghole, 17.413. Sour Cream and Bunghole, 16.653. In fifth place, Funyuns Bunghole Flavored Rings, 13.422. Scraps and Tiny, 12.099. Elaine and John, 7.414. And Triv with 0. You change it up on us.
Mama
Scraps and
Fafro.
Tiny.
Number 1, dehydrate from Kenny. Number 2, Mama Faffer going with Pink Floyd instead. Is there anybody
What are you
out
in
there?
I've said this multiple times.
Which is funny, because most people go with Adele. No, your trivia name is not required to have bunghole in it. That is a family that so chooses to be bungholes. If you want to join their family, you'll have to submit an application. It's a complicated process. Mine's still in processing, I believe.
Yeah,
But we'll see how it goes.
Friggin' bureaucracy in Minnesota is just not fast at all.
That's right.
But Laney Poo, if you want to join the bunghole family, I'm pretty sure you just have to like figure out their theme and then change your name to match the theme, and then you get initiated. The problem with us hosts is that we can't create a team name, so
Correct.
our applications. I mean, I have only been inducted because Mama Fafro has ate shit twice on my account, but
I think that you also partially have to either pull for the Minnesota Wild or the Vikings, and that causes slight complications with Doug and I.
see, the Vikings like
something skull.
yeah, like the Avalanche, yes. I mean, the Bears I'm not married to, but
All right.
All
Scoreboard's done. Are you ready to go the 50-50 round?
let me pull up the timer.
He is setting the timer. You all are listening to the sound of my voice. Let me tell you, It's the 50-50 round. If you're new here, which none of you are,
2
the
minutes, 10
50-50 round is
seconds.
all about speed. It is all about getting this round done. You do want it correct. You will get bonus time added back at the end of your round for getting them correct. But the idea is to do speed, and if you so do speed, Doug and I have a punishment that we will so consume in your victory or laugh at you in your defeat. So,
Actually-
idea here.
So we were at 2:30, I think, last time. I was going to bring it down to 2:10. Given the topic, I'm going to go down to 2 minutes. I think we can handle it.
All right, so he's topping you down to 2 minutes. For every question you get more than 50% correct as a group, you'll get a second back. We'll go back and review that at the end of the round, where we will also talk about funny things in the category. Don't forget to put it. Thank you, Ben. Perfect. Smart man. All right, so this one's going to be pretty easy this week. We're going to give you the name of a show currently on Nickelodeon or Disney, or previously on one of the two, and you have to tell us which one it aired on first. So you're going for the original airing of the show, where it aired first on Nickelodeon or Disney, and the two answers are Nick, Disney.
Or there are some in here. I will tell you this as a trick. There are some that aired on neither one of these stations because they predate both of these stations. We are asking which one they showed up on anyway.
Of the two.
Of the two first. So I
Of
will
the two first.
So let's say, what's
A good example would be 24 aired on Fox first, but had Disney for some reason adopted the 24 fandom and showed it on Disney Channel, 24 would go to Disney even though it was originally a Fox show. It's a bad example, but you get the idea.
My Little Pony would be a great. So My Little Pony was first aired on Fox, which was not owned by Disney at the time. Was aired on Nickelodeon later for all of like 6 episodes, and then Disney picked it up. So My Little Pony, the correct answer would be Nickelodeon because it was shown on Nickelodeon first, even though Fox was its original home and Fox was not part of Disney.
There you go. So try to find that one who aired it first of the two provided. It's Nick or Disney. I'll give you the show twice. Doug will start the timer. First show, All That. I repeat again, the first show is All That. 'Cause it's all that. God, this show. This was SNL for kids. All this was.
I didn't get into it when I first saw it. I didn't get into it because it was like it
We're
abutted.
done because I'm not doing Triv. It was
All
Nick.
right.
Sorry, go ahead.
Gravity Falls. It abutted Nick at Night. So I was like, I didn't really like the skits. It seemed kind of stupid. And like
I agree.
2 or 3 years later, I went back to it and I was like, I absolutely love this show. All right, that would be Disney.
The next one is Doug. Yeah, no, I agree. The All That was one of those shows that like you go back to and we're done. That was Nick. Next.
The NFL.
But yeah, the Doug was like that show, or Doug. All That was that show that was meant for older kids that you didn't get it first, and they're done again. Good lord, I'm done.
That'd be Nick. That was Slime Time Prime.
It won't let me go. It won't let me go.
Smurfs is the next one.
The button locked up. Ah, the Smurfs. My grandma loved this show way too much. All right, what's that one?
That's actually Nick.
What about Kim Possible? Call me.
30 seconds left.
Kim frequently sings this song. 7 and 6 and 6 and
6 and 20 seconds
littering
left.
and there. Nope, I screwed up. I saw 7. I apologize.
Whatever.
That was Disney.
Reagan Dragon Jake Long, you have 11 seconds.
I saw 7 and it was in the countdown timer, not the updated team answers. I cost Laney Pooh a question.
And
7.
that's time. But we have
Except that's only question 23.
I want to keep it going then.
Blaze and the Monster Machines. Blaze and the Monster
When
Machines.
we get 7, I will hit stop. Now that's how many seconds we will be over.
I think we probably exceeded the 7 seconds at this
There's a
point.
wager on the. I did not mean to put a weight. Damn it. I will take off. I will say 6
Done.
seconds for the wager.
Give them
'cause
10 seconds for the wager. What does that bring
Okay.
them down to?
49 is what? 11 seconds off of. Yeah, 11
You
seconds.
did 220. So
No, 210. No, well, it started at 2 minutes to restart it.
gotcha. So they were 11 over still.
11 seconds over.
Can't be brought back with the score.
They can be brought back with the score. Let's see what we got. Let's starting with. All that was 100%. So that's add on. Oh no, hold on. We said we'd
If they
add.
get,
No, sorry. We said we'd add 10 seconds for the thing. We're
or
we're
you
11
said you said 6. So if at 11
No,
seconds, that'd be 5 left for them to go.
Yeah. So all right. So 5.
So
Yeah.
they ace the first one, so that knocks it down to 4 seconds left.
57 on the second. 2.
2
100%. 3.
on Doug. 3. No, for next, so
No. Kim Possible 4. American Dragon
Yep.
Dick Long 5. Blaze Monster Machine 6. That we're good.
right on the time. And I cost cost Laney Poo a shot at an answer
Well,
at one point in there too.
I feel like we should give Laney Poo like 2 points for that one because the most you can get is like 3.5. So let's say
Yeah, 3.5. So 2 points. 2 points seems reasonable to me.
going
I fixed that.
going back to do a little bit of info.
There we go.
All that started on Nick, stayed on Nick, was always Nick. Gravity Falls started on Disney, stayed on Disney, has always been Disney. Doug, while its most recent iterations were on Disney, the OG Doug was on Nick. NFL, this year, they did show a game on Disney. Ben, you missed Lucas already saying that. SNL, it was SNL for children. This year, they did show a game on Disney, but the first game to be shown on a kids network was on Nick. It was the Tuesday after Thanksgiving, and they called it Slime Time Prime. And it was supposed to be like a game to rival, or no, sorry, it was the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and it was supposed to rival. They had like kid people or kid attuned announcers, so they would talk about like, ooh, he got hit big, and oh man, that was a trickery play, and stuff like that. Smurfs. Technically, it started on Saturday morning cable programming, so ABC, NBC, like the original 3 networks, but was picked up by Cartoon Network through their Boomerang programming block, and then Nick took it over, and then Disney bought it out. Kim Possible has always been Disney, so has American Dragon Dick Long. Blaze the Monster Machine has always been Nick as well. It is currently on Disney Plus, though, because Disney bought it out about 4 months ago. So, that is where we are at. Yeah,
That Long Island iced tea is terrible.
all right. Which means I have to. All right, are you ready?
Ready as I'm gonna be.
Cheers.
Cheers. Nope. Nope. Oh God.
Oh man,
You know what you should do?
that goes down so much easier than the black cherry did.
That's the most disgusting fake drink I've ever had. Oh God, it's like you turn men's aftershave into an alcoholic beverage. Help us, Jesus, that was terrible. I'm gonna wash it down. Oh God, help us, Lord. Ooh. I've had some bad alcohol before, but that was something. Woo. I'll make it up to you all with not that. Whew, all right. I just got to the gift for the next round. Next round is a taste of theme night, ladies and gentlemen. So if you aren't aware, or Doug forgot to announce it, which I highly doubt, next week is our theme night. That will be wrestling, anything from the from the days of yore all the way up to the WWF currently, and or WWE, because I forget which one's which sometimes, and anything in between. So we're giving you that taste with what we currently have to offer as a little mixer. This may or may not be included in next week. There are no promises because we do weird things. What wrestling promotion had to give up their name due to a big lawsuit?
Also, I assume a lot of the questions are not going to be written by us. They are going to be written by our buddy Marvin, who has been a wrestling fan since he was born. I have been on and off wrestling. I started probably like 97, went to about 2001, 2002, 2003, somewhere in there, stopped, and then started rewatching probably around 2015, 2016. So there's like big gaps in my knowledge. How our buddy who's writing it has been part of all wrestling ever. He has every streaming service. He watches New Japan. He watches Impact. He watches all the indie shows. Like, he knows this stuff.
I came in the late 90s, but was educated very well of the 80s. My parents were big fans of the like smaller shows that helped to form the WCW, and then we were diehard WCW people till they fell apart, and I just never could get in with, as most of you all knew, the WWF at the time, the World Wrestling Federation, which was sued by the World Wildlife Foundation, and then recently me and Kim have kind of picked back up the WWE. It's been quite enjoyable.
Anyway. I was looking earlier. So Chris Jericho has a wrestling cruise, and
yeah,
like up until he's done 4 or 5 years, well, excluding COVID, like 2020, 2021, and the beginning of 2022, he didn't have the cruise, but he had it previously. And
it didn't count you as cheating, Mama.
Yeah, so previously he has had like the indies come on. Now the Chris Jericho cruise is the AEW cruise.
Right.
And I really want to go on it. Oh, it's the AEW and JPW cruise, and I really, really want to go on it. But they only put tickets out the day after the previous year's cruise ends. So the previous year's cruise ended Sunday, which means tickets went on sale Monday. I checked Tuesday, and the only rooms that were for sale were the interior no view rooms for $3,000 per person. I was
Lord.
like, nope.
I did.
To put in perspective, Allie and I are going on a cruise for our honeymoon.
Cruises are great.
We are paying maybe $1,600 per person. So what, 32?
32.
And we have a balcony, we have chairs, we have a table, we have room service, we have the whole 9 yards. So that's like how it's like going to WrestleMania. Like, they know what their demand is. They have huge, like, this year they're gonna have, or next year they're gonna have, well, Fozzie's playing obviously because that's Chris Jericho's band. Kid Rock,
you in that band,
because for some reason Kid Rock is gonna be there. Fall Out Boy has been mentioned. That like huge bands are gonna show up. Like, it's a 5-day cruise. It's not like a huge thing, but damn, is it like, I really want to go on it. But
yeah.
As you were saying.
Oh, that was it for me. It's your question. I'm ready to roll.
Giving you a name, you tell us if it's a wrestling name or an American Warrior name. Nitro. Was there a wrestler who wrestled under that name? Or the show American Warrior, did it have someone named same name Nitro on it?
American Warrior. Is that what predated American Gladiator?
Same show.
Okay. I figured as much.
Well, so I guess I should say it was originally American Gladiator, turned to American Warrior, and then Ninja Warrior took it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So it's been this whole like.
That makes sense.
So American Warrior and American Gladiator are the same thing because American Warrior is the newest iteration. But
makes sense. Answer is
American Warrior. There has never been a wrestler named Nitro.
I remember Nitro. I love that show. It's so good. AEW is a recent addition to the wrestling promotion scene. Which of these wrestlers were not an original member of the inaugural roster? Let's see here. Oh, things you learn. AEW has like a nutty lineup, if I'm being honest.
I went to AEW's like first TV show ever. It was in DC.
Yep.
That was probably by far my favorite Like I've been to wrestling pay-per-views in DC, and that like the first AEW had to be amazing, or had to be like the best I've ever seen. But also it was the first live show they've ever done, so obviously
had to be big. I've never attended a live, but anyway, the correct answer is Christian Cage. Christian Cage used to be a part of the tag team. Edge and Christian both retired and came back. Edge went back to the WWE. Christian went to AEW.
Edge is the rated R superstar, for those of you who do not remember.
Yep.
So one of the most infamous scripted moments in WWF history would be the Montreal Screwjob. And by scripted, I mean everyone but Bret Hart knew about it.
Correct.
Who got screwed by Shawn Michaels. But what pay-per-view was that at?
I love this GIF. I love this GIF so much.
And for those of you who want to know, that is Edge.
I was about to say, I was pretty sure that was Edge, speaking of which.
Yep. The story is Bret Michaels is when Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels have, it's when what's her face is who's Bret Hart's kid, the girl, I forget her name.
I would think Stephanie. Is it Stephanie? No, that doesn't.
Anyway, so when her and Shawn Michaels have a kid, it'll be Bret Michaels. But so Bret Hart was going to ECW and had the belt at the time. Vince McMahon thought that he would not give up the belt before he left and did not want him showing up on ECW with the WWE, or at the time WWF belt. So
correct.
The Montreal Screwjob was in Bret Hart's hometown of Montreal,
where his brother, I believe, died in a pay-per-view like a couple of years before.
Yep. Because it was a whole thing. But Shawn Michael put Bret Hart in the what's it called? The it's the
he went to the WCW. That's what I was thinking. He was going to the WCW.
WCW. It was he crosses over his leg, he turns over, and it's the figure 4.
I call it the Wall of Jericho, but that I believe it is a figure 4.
It's a figure 4. It's the Boston Crab. Anyway, whatever. But so they called the match. They rang the bell saying he tapped out, which he never did. And Shawn Michaels got the fuck out of there because he's like, "Oh, I know what happened," and it's just like skedaddled. Like he grabbed the belt and boogied out. Sharpshooter. Thank you. Put him in the sharpshooter. And the Walls of Jericho is where he puts both their legs over his legs.
Yeah. The figure 4 is what Charlotte Flair does, where she does the wrap. Sets down on it.
But yeah, so Shawn Michaels
he used a sharpshooter though. That was the move he used.
Yep.
And apparently, as soon as he got the sharpshooter locked in, he was supposed to give away for Bret to get out, and he wouldn't. And someone McMahon started screaming, "Ring the bell!" And they rang the bell and played Michaels' music and just stormed out.
Yeah, Michaels jumped out of the ring because he knew that it was a shoot. So he jumped out, grabbed the belt, and just ran because he knew that Bret was gonna beat his ass.
We out.
And then Bret tried to beat Vince McMahon's ass. That's Survivor Series.
That makes sense. I would have definitely thought it was Payback. It's such a neat story. That's such a cool part of wrestling history.
Natalia, that's it. Natalia is Bret Hart's daughter, I believe.
I think that's correct. Jimmy and Jey Uso are currently wrestling in the WWE, and their most well-known relative that used to wrestle is The Rock. Which of these is not also a relation to the Usos and The Rock? So who of the group provided is not related to The Rock and the Usos? I pulled up Brett Michaels' daughter. Brett Michaels' daughter is Rain Michaels, who is a model. Things you learn. Oh my. Thought he was from Texas. He's actually from Arizona. Things you learn. Correct answer here.
So everything is showing up as wrong on mine. Oh, okay, yeah.
That's because it is wrong.
Yeah, you're right.
Because the correct answer is Rikishi. I've heard that name in a long time.
What was Rikishi known for?
Dude,
It was just it was in a gift. It was in a gift at the beginning. What was Rikishi known for?
It was the butt thing, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah. I thought that was it, but I didn't want to say it and you'd be like, but no.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So some wrestlers use props as part of their finisher. Most famously would probably be Mankind / Mick Foley's Mandible Claw, in which he used a sock. Why did wrestlers hate going up against him, though?
Oh, God. Death by Snoo Snoo.
Death by Snoo Snoo.
I don't think that's Snoo Snoo.
Also, the greatest people on the mic ever is Big Cass and Enzo Amore.
Yeah.
Bada boom, realest guys in the room. How you doing?
How you doing?
My name is Enzo Amore, and this is Big Cass, and he's 7 feet tall. Bada boom.
You know who I love to hear on the mic?
Who?
Is Shinsuke Nakamura.
Oh my God, yes. He's
Because he just scream.
even with broken English, he is fantastic.
I'm not gonna argue that, Ben. I'm not gonna argue that. We wait on Elaine and John. Oh, Mankind. Timer has run out.
Laney.
Adrian. No, sorry. I got carried up. We watched all the Creed movies the other day. All right, tell me about Mr. Sacco.
Mr. Sago. So, Mick Foley used to pull a sock out of the front of his pants, put it on his hand, and do the mandible claw. Mick Foley is a cheap bastard. So what he used to do is, when he was a cheap bastard, was he would use socks that he had worn before. They were used socks that he would put in other people's mouths. So when he wore his pants, though, he would always wear a cup. He would always wear like a jock strap and a cup. So no one cared that the sock was in the front of his sweatpants, because there were like 3 layers between.
Protected.
There were 3 layers between his junk and the sock, and no one cared about that, except that the sock was normally a used sock. So it was a sweaty, disgusting sock, and everyone hated it.
Oh, God.
There were people who refused to fight him. There are literally belts that went unclaimed. Like, there were people that got set up to get the belt from Mick Foley that people would not fight because they did not want to have the mandible claw as a possibility in their match.
WWE video games are weird. Thank you for this GIF. Oh, God. There used to be what were called fiefdoms in wrestling, all regional promotions that eventually were absorbed by someone else. Which of these was not an indie promotion from back in the day? I'm trying to remember some of this, the one that I would have watched, or my parents would have watched when I was little.
Yeah, I mean, there were fiefdoms everywhere. There was, like, The Southeast was covered. The Midwest was covered. Sometimes it was just a state. Like the state of Illinois would have one that was called like Illinois Professional Extreme Wrestling or something.
Yeah. Well, the big one in the Southeast is the Mid-Atlantic Championship, the MAC, basically. Because Mid-Atlantic was where Jim Crockett. It was based out of Charlotte. And that's the one that I always think of because that one was South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, and parts of West Virginia. And I think Mid-Atlantic is where Ric Flair came from, unless I'm sadly mistaken. Or the MAC would be C, it would be the MAW. Now we're going to go do some history real quick while we wait on people to answer this, but they did. The correct answer here is Southpaw Regional Wrestling. Southpaw is actually a spoof promotion that people from the WWE do little skits about. Things you learn.
The major announcers are John Cena and I forget who the other one is. So there's two announcers, and they set up like they talk up these matches, and then like guys like hug it out, and it's essentially wrestling but completely spoofed.
Yeah, makes sense.
If so it used to be an entire channel. If you had the WWE Network streaming service, it was an entire like subsection.
Of course, it was.
I would look up Southpaw Regional Wrestling because it's filmed as if it's an old 90s promotion, like grainy film and all. It's great. It's fantastic. All right, so last question, gonna give you a finishing move, and you tell me the wrestler that is known for it. Sorry. I like phlegm come up as I was saying it.
Nailed it.
Code Breaker.
This move has multiple names.
Yes, but it was called.
You wrote it one way, and then I would have called it the name from like during the WCW era.
No. Just the Code Breaker.
Hold on. Which is
I know exactly what you're saying. Don't say
exactly
it.
The one I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say it. So that's the one I would have thought of. So anyway, by far my favorite gift of the night, because that is the man right there.
I got you for 3 minutes.
I forgot, man. I forgot he was in that, and I was looking up my racing team or my racing league is big.
How do you not remember? How do you not remember? Where are you going? Nowhere. Bonesaw. Bonesaw is ready.
So, ask my boss gonna tell us what he grandmared so we can drink. But wrestler. Did you spell wrestler wrong? Does it have?
Yeah, I spelled it wrong. Cheers.
Cheers.
Wrestler.
So, I forgot. We got 5 of 8 in. I forgot that that he was in this, and I was looking for a gift because my racing league they're all really big wrestling fans from back in the day, which makes sense. NASCAR and wrestling tend to go hand in hand. But they every time someone posts a GIF, I always post a Macho Man GIF, and this popped up, and I went, oh my god, that's right. In the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, he was the dude he had to wrestle in the cage. I forgot.
It's a cage match.
John.
I didn't sign up for a cage match. I got you for 3 minutes.
3 minutes, little man. 3 minutes of playtime.
You're going nowhere.
I love Macho Man. I love him.
So weird seeing him all dyed out in like brown hair, with like his beard and hair. Especially with those like if I could ever get so everyone's like, oh, I want aviators, I want glasses. No, I want the Macho Man glasses. Like that is what I strive for in life. If I ever find them, I'm buying them on site.
So Doug said we couldn't call it what in the notes, which would have been, what is that, Doug?
Walls of Jericho.
I obviously would have went back to WCW era and we called it the Lion Tamer. But
So the difference though is the Lion Tamer is the code breaker. So he's got 3 finishers. So there's finishers and there's submissions. So Walls of Jericho is obviously his finisher.
Right.
Which you call break the
is that
wall.
the one where he flips?
No, it's
That's the different. Okay.
It's the instead of so like the sharpshooter where they fold the legs over and then squat, he puts both the legs over like this. So
they straddle on each side.
Instead of the legs like this, he just puts legs over and squats.
And just sets down on their lower back.
Right. So that's the Walls of Jericho, which was called the Wall Breaker in ECW. The Lion
Tamer.
Lion Tamer turned to the Lion Salt, which was when he jumps in the mid rope and does a backflip onto somebody in the WWE. And then Code Breaker is when he did the knees to the back drop, which has been adapted multiple times through.
I didn't realize. I always thought that the Lion Tamer was the same as the Walls, but he doesn't step all the way over and sit on the lower back. The Tamer, he actually just puts his knee on their head and just sits with the legs up. Interesting.
So he took the Lion Tamer name and turned it into the Lion Salt for his mid rope backflip jump onto somebody, which has turned into a generic move now. As anyone who does the mid rope jump backflip onto somebody is called as just a Lion Salt.
Things you learn.
Yeah.
Anyway, with all this exposition, Chris Jericho was the answer.
Yes.
And anyone who wrote Jericho, I gave credit to.
Or close to it. We're not like, if you spelled it wrong, we don't care because obviously we have exposition grammar, but
for a reason. Last round before my round, it's elementary, Watson. For this round, we're going to give you a small hint. And then the elements in no specific order. What would spell out the... Wait, hold on.
So that other parenthesis shouldn't be there. Just in no specific order, that would spell out the answer.
Okay.
So correction. Think of the element as its abbreviation to spell out these words.
To spell out these words. So easy to start. Gas station that sells toy trucks. There's your hint. Sulfur, helium, sulfur.
So what are the... There's a spell out round. If you take sulfur, helium, and sulfur, they're abbreviations on the periodic table, and rearrange them. Because we're not just going to spell it out. They would make a gas
station.
They would make a gas
sells
station.
toy trucks.
Yeah.
I get where you're going with this. I understand now.
That Reed is really, really into.
So basically what you want here... Oh, is he really into it? Yeah. That's cool. My dad has a bunch of them. So basically, you're looking for the periodic table abbreviation of sulfur, helium, and sulfur. And then you need to decrypt the clue, which is a gas station that sells toy trucks. Hopefully after this round, everyone will understand what's going on. Because there are a lot of question marks.
Yep.
And by a lot, I mean one, and your lack of answers equate to the rest.
I feel like people are pulling out the periodic table just to look this up, and then...
Hey, that's my balls. That's what I'm talking about. What? Question marks are fine. Lady Pooh and John, you may enter your answer or question mark should you so wish, and then we will give the answer, and it will all be enlightened unto you all. 2 people got it right, or 1 person got it right. 1 person got it right. So, somebody figured out the project.
So,
last answer is in with multiple question marks. So, sulfur is the periodic table emblem of S. Helium's is He, and sulfur is obviously still S. That gives you SHES. You unscramble that to give you Hess, the Hess gas station that sells little Hess trucks, like your grandpa probably collected and Jeremy's son loves.
Yep.
Now you understand. Now decrypt and go with the clue and have fun.
So you have to figure out just to spell it out again, like he just said. You're going to take the abbreviations on the periodic table of each of these elements that are not in order. They do not spell out anything. You have to decrypt them given the clue we give you to answer the question. So, the next one. This is a puzzle for kids. I will tell you, even adults struggle to solve this, but there are some kids who can do it in like 2.5 seconds. It's not 2 words, it's 1 word.
1 word.
It's 1 word. Iodine, ruthenium, boron, and potassium. So you unscramble. It should be 1 word. Ignore the 2 words. It's 1 word. It's a puzzle for kids. Adults struggle with it too. There are some people who can do it in 2.5 seconds. Nope.
Did I spell it wrong?
It spelled it wrong.
It's got to be spelled correctly.
Yep. This one actually has been spelled correctly because it
Mama
is.
Afro, I get it now. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Nah. Scraps
And
and Tiny's
also-
like, nah.
Ah, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I'm good. Just a little bit of salt out there.
Alright, I'll be right back. 2 seconds.
Cool. Well, with 12 seconds remaining in this round and 3 answers in, while I think people understand the project now, struggles still abound. If you're wondering, you do need to use all the letters that are there to enjoy Sudoku as an answer. I don't believe that any of these periodic elements create the letter S. Crossword also good, but I don't see C in there. Also, crossword would have 2 S's, I believe. I'm not a grammatical genius, but I think that's how that works. Carolina Hurricanes are winning hockey right now, so life's good. We lack Elaine John and cheddar and sour cream. Bunghole, Elaine John in. I get it. I just don't know the periodic table. This is bullshit. You are allowed to just guess based on the clue, obviously. Doug's big clue was obviously something that can be solved very fast by children, and adults do it as well. The correct answer here is the Rubik's Cube. I would have spelled it much like Flaming Hot Bunghole did with an X, but that's not correct. You have ruthenium, which is RU, iodine, which is I, boron, which is B, and potassium, oddly enough, is K, thus giving you Rubik, R-U-B-I-K. So good job out there. Not too shabby. We go again. Y'all need to beat Philly. Philly sucks. Not huge, but nitrogen, yttrium, and titanium. So not huge, but nitrogen, yttrium, and titanium. Crap. The Rangers just tied it up.
Hate the Flyers.
Yeah, I don't like the Flyers either. There we go. I finally got there. So most people understand the idea now and are just working on the periodic table itself.
Oh, on this one, I probably should have taken the timer off now, looking back at it.
No, you're good. What I enjoy is the current irony of the one person who's missed the question so far, as we await on Flaming Hot Bunghole.
Yep.
The correct answer here, as found by everyone but Scraps and Tiny, is Tiny. So titanium is Ti, nitrogen is N, and yttrium is Y, thus giving us not huge, but tiny.
Funeral song for a specific person. Phosphorus, sulfur, and tantalum. I guess I should say specific profession.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair.
Yeah. Funeral song for a specific profession. Phosphorus,
That's a good way to put it.
sulfur, and tantalum.
I'm not excited. When we get done tonight, I really need to go and do a NASCAR race for my YouTube channel since I'm going to be at someone's wedding all weekend. And but the key here is that it's a road course this week. And not just any road course, it's the Circuit of the Americas. And that thing's like 3.5 miles long. I've watched like 4 videos about it and I still don't know every turn. I think there's like 20 turns on the stupid thing. It's nuts. Also, y'all are in trouble because I've got big back into NASCAR, which means there will eventually be something about vroom vroom cars in this trivia, and I apologize for that.
Everybody love
Yeah, Doug.
NASCAR.
Everybody love NASCAR. Let's copy that. How many people we got locked in? We're at 5 of 8 right now as people work their way through.
Stap.
We'll let them keep working on it. That's pretty good. Just slightly not unscrambled like it was supposed to be.
Elena.
Let's go to my messages. Let's go to Doug. Where's Doug? There he is. Laney's back. Or Laney's back. Good lord. Allie's back. And let's throw this in here to Doug so he can see it.
We're at 30.
We're almost done. Correct answer here is taps. In the military, they play you taps. Tantalum is TA, phosphorus is P, sulfur is S, unscrambled to give you taps. Next, donut super burn. Donut super burn. Iodine, neutrinium, krypton, sulfur, and phosphorus. If you'll notice, a lot of these are starting to be reused, so you should know the letters. Donut super burn. I don't know that I understand that clue, but Doug does, and that's what matters.
Take a donut.
Yeah.
If you super burn it, it is.
That's fair. That's a fair point. I see where you've gone. See what you've done here. I appreciate it. Also, check your messages in Discord.
I got 4 notifications. What the hell?
You have one direct
Holy
message.
crap.
I know that.
I've got
Yeah,
I've
that's
got
the
4
circuit.
direct messages, but holy crap!
That's the Circuit of Americas in Texas.
20,
That's 20 turns.
20 turns.
I wasn't lying. I still don't have. This memorization is hard.
You know what I really think we should do?
Lay it on me.
We should find a game that is like
Okay.
iRacing, but for rally cars. And
That would be
and one of us is the left 30 yards, right 30 yards. Turn it
Yeah.
on to.
What do you want to be? Do you want to be the dude in there, or do you just want to do that?
I want to tell you how it works. I want you to
Oh,
drive.
you want me to drive, and you want to be my what? It's not a collar. You want Timothy over here to figure that out. That's fair enough. I got 5 of 8 in. We await Funyuns, bunghole flavored rings, and sour cream and bunghole. Yeah, there's a game. That game exists. I don't know if you can put someone in the spotter spot, although I don't think it's called a spotter. I think they're called something else. 2 question marks. Close us out. That would be Crispy, Krypton K, Iodine I or K. I guess phosphorus. No, where's the R come from? Krypton. Krypton is KR. I is iodine. S is sulfur, and phosphorus is P. Your trinium is Y. Crispy. There you go.
If you've done
Nope,
well
38.
this far, you are a nickel, uranium, geranium, and sulfur. If you've done well this far, you are a. Oh, I didn't put URA in.
I do believe that Dirt Rally would be the game for us to play. Dirt Rally 2.0. Because I think that's the game I've seen Jimmy Broadbent play on YouTube, and it has unreal dirt physics.
I really want to play. I really want to get into iRacing. I really do.
It's fun, man.
I need to get a pedal set and
I have pedals. You need a steering.
I need a steering wheel.
Although I am looking in, I did go to the internets the other day and type in or pull up what my new steering wheel that it's going to cost when I finally go direct drive, and it's $925. But yeah, no, the direct drive steering wheels get outrageous. But once that happens, I'll have a nice Logitech steering wheel and pedals that need to go to a nice loving home. But yeah, the direct drive wheels are ungodly outrageous. 4 answers in. We await Funyuns and bunghole, sour cream bunghole, and cheddar and sour. Do. Let's see here. What was I doing? I was rolling, looking for this guy. There he is. videos because he just made one of these recently. While we await people, rage quit. There it is. At rally. What we got now?
At 5-8. We're
We miss
missing
Funyuns and Bunghole and Cheddar and Sour Bunghole. Let's see. Yep, Dirt Rally 2.0. That's definitely it. Looks like everybody's locked in. What do we got? What was the answer?
Genius.
That's right. GE from germanium. N from nickel. Don't know where the I comes from because I'm bad at these, but uranium and sulfur gives you the end of that. Last part of someone else dying. The last part of someone else dying, Ascentium, Cerium, and Platinum.
So if you are, I don't know, going through some kind of stages.
Yep.
To
Maybe grief.
To get through someone else dying.
There you go. Do. Good job, Flaming Hot Bunghole. Let's see here. I needed.
What did you need? Tell me what you need. Give me what you need.
I forgot. I was supposed to play Farming Simulator.
What, today?
No, this weekend.
Oh.
And I'm not gonna be able to, obviously. And I meant to tell the guys that I play with what was going on. It just dawned on me because one of the thing popped up and said one of them was playing Farming Simulator. Oh, I didn't get to tell you about that. So I got Farming Simulator and started playing it and got rated on Twitch while I was streaming it. Went to make him a pizza and came back and had 51 viewers.
Dang.
I was like, what's going on? Who are all you people? It was funny. I was just trying to make a basic cornfield.
Laney.
In, done, locked. Yeah, ugh, I agree. Accept is the correct one here. Ascentium is AC, Serenium is CE, and Platinum is PT. Accept. You need to accept. And last but not least, it's you. Or do you want me to read this one?
I want you to read it.
Middle of the road, religious, which is
I want you to suffer because I know you're not.
oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, silver, titanium, and carbon. Oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, silver, titanium, and carbon. Makes you all feel better. The last round tonight was written by me, and I thought there wasn't enough multiple choice this time, or there was exactly the right amount of free response, and we needed another multiple choice. So we're gonna go on an adventure through the decades to close the night out. Quick, free, loving, and fun. Scorpion Tiny's answer. That was worth a point. That's definitely middle of the road religious. Yeah. Pretty good. Good job so far of everybody. The clues have been good. That's the thing. The clues add up to me. 3 answers in. We await on the other 5 of you. Close out the round. Oh, God. Hockey is starting to stress me out. Five answers in. Most everybody's getting this one correct. We're at 6 of 8. We elate Elaney and John.
God,
I don't know where that came from. I also want to go farm in Division. That's something else I really want to do.
I kind of do too.
I want to perfect my set.
I need to go get the True Patriot stuff, but
I agree. Indeed. The correct answer here is agnostic, which I am most definitely not, which is why Doug wanted me to read this. Ag comes from silver. Nitrogen is N, oxygen is O, sulfur is S, titanium is Ti, and carbon is C, thus giving you agnostic. And a Jeopardy round that would have annoyed me because I should have known them, but would not have had enough time to get them correct. Would you like to scoreboard it?
Let's scoreboard it. And in first place is Ask My Balls with 83.94. Funyuns bunghole flavored rings is 75.939. Sour cream and bunghole is 71.626. Cheddar and sour bunghole, which I hope your bunghole isn't sour, 70.234. Flaming hot bunghole 65.19. Lane and John 46.599. Scraps and Tiny 22.69, which honestly, Scraps and Tiny would be doing much better if they weren't wagering so terribly.
They like to wager. I enjoy it.
They've been doing great on everything but.
The wagers.
That
happens to the best of us. Like I said, this final round, what decade is it? Fun, easy round to finish the night out. Given a product, I want you to tell me what decade it was invented or created in. So I'm looking for the invention, not the distribution, so when they created it. First thing we're going to go with is everyone's favorite Frankenstein toy, Mr. Potato Head. We're looking for the decade it was created in. So each answer is a nice, easy decade. All you got to do is click one of them, lock it in, let's rock and roll. I'm actually really surprised by this, to be honest. Kim has sent me ellipses. She tried to write it okay, but her phone auto-corrected to it pray. Apparently Kim needs to pray. The correct answer here is the 40s. Hasbro distributed it in the 50s, but it was created in 1949. All right.
Next, let's look at that other sports drink we sometimes forget about, Powerade.
Watch the GIF. This GIF, I forgot. Like this was the whole commercial in the GIF. It made me so happy. I forgot that it existed. Bro drinks Powerade, proceeds to juke everyone, including the referee, out of their shoes. Then the concession stand man. Then the people watching it on television.
That's
I love that commercial.
so. That's Dr. Drew, who like the old man in the beginning of that when he looks at the Powerade. He still does that stuff. He goes to like basketball courts now, like
Yeah, it makes that happen.
outdoor, just like dressed up as an old man, like a super old man, and just
I've seen that.
jukes the hell out of everybody.
All right, y'all want your minds blown. Powerade came out in the 80s. Not only that, but it came out as an alternative to sports drinks in 86 or in 87, and then became the official sports drink of the Olympics in 88. And I took Doug's answer because I forgot. I got so excited about the GIF. That one's on me. I'm sorry.
Your favorite, or maybe not favorite, cellular device, the iPhone.
You know, I wrote that in the favorite part for you, right?
Oh yeah.
Because you're a Samsung man, right? Or do you? No, you have Google.
No,
don't
I have
you?
Google. I have a Google phone.
Yeah, that's right. You have Pixel.
I,
What's Pixel on now? The 4, 5?
7, I think.
Good lord, how much?
I have the 3. Like
Gotcha.
that's like Google has been up like Google has been catching up as quick as possible. 7 is probably equivalent to iPhone and Samsung equivalents.
Gotcha.
But
Alright, what you
this thing is a tank. I have dropped it more times than I can remember, and I have got the only scratches I have where it dropped on a cement floor face down. I use my foot to drag it towards me and pick it up.
Come back.
It has a single scratch on the screen.
That's funny.
The answer is the 2000s. Development started 2004. It was shown to the public in 2007.
There you go. Next, we have a food in this. Next, we had to have a food in this round, right? For those of us who are a bit lazy, when did Uncrustables come out?
We have an Uncrustable.
Actually-
we have an Uncrustable press. So you can take 2 pieces
Oh,
of
really?
bread, and you push the thing down, and it makes it uncrustable.
So I
It's
almost
fantastic.
included that as the GIF because they had one for the cutting of the bread, but I ended up not going with that, and instead went with the I think that's the peanut butter and Nutella one, maybe. Or that might just be a regular peanut butter and jelly one, but they have Nutella in the background. Yeah, that's Nutella. So they did come out with those though. Kim said they were okay. Not the Nutella. I don't know if they used chocolate or Nutella in them, but they weren't quite as good made that way. It was sad. We await cheddar and sour bunghole. This one actually threw me for a loop too, because I thought that they were always the name brand. I didn't realize that part had to be purchased. Which I'm rambling about because it gives the answer away. Doug's trying to die a Core's death on us. I hope he survives. So the correct answer here was the 90s. Developed in 95. It was then purchased by Smuckers in 1999 and became the Smuckers Uncrustable. But anyway.
Kind of just like Smuckers is probably the greatest food name brand ever. It just sounds delicious.
Yeah, it does. You're right.
Possibly the most uncomfortable thing I have in my life right now. The best slip-on shoes out there. Hey dudes.
Do you not have a pair of Hey Dudes? I assume you don't.
I do not have a pair of Hey Dudes.
I have 2 pairs of them now. Mom bought me 2 pairs of them, and they're just slip-on shoes, but they're unreal comfortable and kind of dressy, but not. Like I wear them to church on Wednesday nights. And I didn't realize it actually gave me inspiration for my final question. Get ready for your curveball. It's about where something comes from. But these were created in Italy. I had no clue, but they're just cool little slip-on shoes. They look kind of like moccasins. And they're fairly cheap. So.
Wait.
Yeah.
Lanny Poo. Lanny, in Canada, what actually exists? Because you guys have stuff that's so much better than ours, like poutine.
Milk in a bag.
No, poutine.
I was memeing. Hard. You were being honest.
No, poutine is the greatest thing that Canada has ever given us. Don't at me, bro.
These are facts. Hey Dudes are shoes, and they were created in
2000s.
The 2000s.
I just assume they're like Skechers Light, like those.
I'm posting in Discord. Don't you worry.
No, what were they? The Skechers that the rockers or whatever that had the like. It worked your core as you walked or whatever. I love how my camera just decides not to focus at random times.
Yeah, it chooses when it does and does want to focus. Yeah. If you are in our Discord, which you should be, or if you aren't, join. Oh, 2 of them say 2000s? 2 of them do say 2000s. Feels bad. 2000s. Oh, wait. So if 2000, yep. So they're all correct. I'm fixing it. Don't you worry. One 2000 was not any more correct than the other one. So anyone who checked off 2000s got it correct. I don't know why the 2010s didn't come through. I do exactly know why, and it's because I was writing this at the car wash today on my phone, and Google Drive doesn't like life. But anyone who put 2000s got it right. If you go into the Discord and check it out, there's a picture of a Hey Dude. That way you actually know what shoe you were looking at. Points awarded.
Hey Dude Ranch.
It literally says Hey Dudes on it. That's all I know. They are amazing shoes. Mitchell even agrees. As one of the most popular hybrid vehicles out there, surely we know when the Chevrolet Volt came out. Hey look, this one did correct. There's no multiple answers on it. But yeah, that's a pair of Hey Dudes. They're really comfortable. And mine have like a moccasin design on the back. Because it made me happy. This one was interesting to me. I didn't realize that the Generation 2 version of the Volt was out already. And I wanted to use the hybrid Mustang, but that was actually really hard to find out. That stupid like SUV Mustang. That makes no sense.
Yeah, it's. Do you want to know the reason behind that?
I mean, it's for eco credits. That's it. It's so they can say that they're becoming green.
Yeah. Well, no. So if you make an EV, there's a certain number of models you have to sell to get the EV credit as a like maker. So they threw the Mustang tag on it. So every Mustang that's sold, including the gas ones, contribute
them
towards that EV credit.
It's so dumb. We await sour cream, cheddar and sour cream bunghole. Although they didn't put the cream part in there, so it's cheddar and sour bunghole. I prefer cheddar cream and sour bunghole now.
Cheddar cream and sour bunghole.
Oh god, it gets worse. We could say cream cheddar and sour bunghole. Maybe that is the worst. Oh, I've been grammarred.
How do we get grammarred?
It's Shirley, I imagine. Although it was grammatically correct.
Surely you can't be serious.
Hybrids should have an S. Shouldn't have an S? I mean, I'm talking about hybrids as a whole. I think, right? That should be plural, right? There are more than one hybrid in the world.
Yeah.
No. I refuse. I deny his add to the counts unless you think I am incorrect here. Hybrid shouldn't have an S. Actually, yeah, no, I see where he's coming from. One of the most popular hybrids vehicles. I pluralized two things, so I accept it. Yeah, I think I see where they're coming from. There are multiple S's, so I should have either been most popular hybrid vehicles out there or one of the most popular hybrids out there. Fair enough. I defer, Doug, to the counts.
Cheers.
Fair enough. All right, I was awaiting cheddar and sour cream cheddar sour. You know what? That bunghole with the cheddar and the sour cream that ain't locked in yet. But we're done now. Correct answer here is the 2010s. On to the penultimate question.
Number 47. For all my gamers out there who haven't joined the Master Race, when was the PS5 released?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had to have a video game question because, yeah. We wait. We gaze upon their answers. Sour cream and bunghole still exist. Wait, sour cream. Wait a minute. So wait, that's why, because sour cream and onion. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not taking that away from Esmond Balls. So did cheddar and sour bunghole have to dip out, or is this bunghole just angry about all the rounds now? Did we make an angry bunghole? I'll give him 15 seconds. It'll be fine. The timer shall tell. Also, who is with you currently? Also, nice Powerline shirt. Also.
What do you mean it's with me?
Is anybody staying with y'all, or is it just you and Ellie?
It's me, Ellie, Ted, and Marcy.
Okay, I thought so.
Ellie's parents, essentially.
I thought so. Timer's out. What you got?
That'd be 2020s. Duh.
Came out in November of 2020. I would have thought 2019 for some reason. I haven't kept up with one in that long. All right, it's time for the curveball. And like I said, let's take a look at one of the most popular robotic companies out there. In what country was the Roomba invented? I'll give you a hint. It's predominantly English, a predominantly English-speaking country. There are also bonus points available, so you can type these in if you haven't submitted your answer yet. Give me the state of the country, so like the region inside of it, and then give me the parent company inside of that. So, for example, if you were in England, give me a city or a region that's attached to it. If you were in Sweden, give me the major city or a region if you know of it, and then the company that owns the Roomba. Multiple options here.
Yep. So if you're like in Germany, Rammstein would be a region, and the city of Munich would be the area. There's a Rammstein Air Force Base, but Munich is the major city in the Rammstein area.
So we would have accepted. The correct answer would be the country, obviously, Germany. Rammstein would be the region, and then you give me the company that owns it. Playing bunghole, getting a bonus point. What?
Well, I mean, it's correct, and then a bonus point.
They get 1 bonus point, not 2. Because the second part isn't correct.
All right, but they get the answer correct. The correct is the country.
They get their 7 points for their country because they wagered 7, and then they get a bonus point because they got the manufacturer correct. I didn't realize that this company made the Roomba, by the way. I thought that was like the offshoot cheaper brand. Because I'm smart. We wait on Elaine and John. Also, we almost could have used exclamation free here. Except for enough people missed it. We await Laney Pooh and John, and then we'll call it even. I'll give y'all a little bit longer to guess what country the Roomba was made in, and if you so choose, you can add a region/state and a parenting company, or you could just put the country and get your wager points. Easy peasy. You don't have to do it all. Doug trying to get rid of his hiccups over there. Most likely failing miserably. I'm about to call it even now. Question mark is in. So we could have almost went exclamation mark free here because I said state. States generally associated with the United States, in fact, because the Roomba was created in the US. In particular, it was created in Delaware. And as Flaming Hot Bunghole knew, it is owned by the parent company, iRobot. And with that scores released, we should be able to hop to leaderboard. Oh, wow.
And in first place, Funyuns Bunghole Flavor Rings, 94.037. After My Balls, 93.244. Flaming Hot Bunghole, 87.632. Sour Cream Bunghole, 77.883. Cheddar and Sour Bunghole, 76.661. Lennon and John, 57.7 repeating. Scraps and Tiny, 26.373.
And with that and Doug's beautiful hiccups, I'll take us home for the night. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for participating. Congratulations to the one, the only Benjamin. And Ask My Balls wagered no points, thus losing by 0.8 points on the dot. That's amazing. As you all know, this was our last trivia before Doug becomes a married man. So if you all will, shower out your congratulations. Tell him you love him. Because as you all know, we love you. We thank you all for coming. We thank you for being here with us. It's always great to spend Thursday night with you. We thoroughly enjoy it. We hope you enjoyed everything you participated in. Again, since Doug has the hiccups, I'll give you his outro line, which is, if no one has told you lately, we think you're important, and there's something else here that I'm supposed to say, and we think you matter, and we care, and I'm talking all around it, but you get the idea, is we're here for you, and you're here for us, and we do the thing together, and we have a great time. Happy almost wedding day. It'll be Saturday. It'll be a great time for us all. But until next week, when we come back for wonderful wrestling time, go ahead and study up on everything you know about wrestling. Anything from the Mid-Atlantic all the way up to the end, where we're at now with AEW and the WWE. We're going to have a blast. We're going to have a good time. And I assume Doug will be here?
But I will be here. Also, if no one's told you they're proud of you lately, we're proud of you.
There it is.
So enjoy the rest of your weekend. We will see you next week. Oh, wow. The hiccups are terrible. And we'll catch you later. Goodbye.